Hi everyone, it's Dom here from Esports News UK. I'm joined by another special guest today. It's Jukeyz, one of the top Call of Duty Warzone streamers, players from the UK. Liam, how's it going? Thanks for joining me.
Going good, it's going good. Pleasure to be here, man. Pleasure to be here. What about you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. You don't have to ask me. I don't get asked those questions, but I'm doing well. Thank you, Jukeyz, for asking me. Um,
It's good to ask, you know. It's good to ask.
I've covered you quite a bit over the years, right? Since you signed to Red Bull and so on, and I saw that last year you had your See Me in NA gaming tour in the US. So what's it like to now have your own boot camp and tournament named after you in the UK?
Sick, to be honest. It's sick. It's nice to have the best players over from America over here. Obviously being Soka and Scumman. I know Tommy was originally from the UK, but obviously she's been in America for the past couple of years, so it's good
Mm.
to have him over as well. Him being like the number one Warzone earner of all time, and then to get like the best player who I think at the moment, which is Soka over here, and to have us all in the same room, obviously with me, Len, Benny, obviously top three players as well. It's good, man. It's a good experience. Shout
Yeah,
out to Rebel and that.
yeah, 100%. I
Help,
mean, sorry, go on.
shout out to Rebel for helping me with the boot camp, of course.
Yeah, the Red Bull gaming sphere is top quality. It's a great place to do events like that. How's it going so far? What is it like having those players around? Like you mentioned, has there been any funny or standout moments so far?
Honestly, it's just been funny. I think obviously, but I'm practicing as like the days go on, like just putting in time on the game. But like it's been funny with like I've been playing with Benny and Tommy, so we've just been having fun content instead of like actually like grinding sort of. But
Yeah,
like every bit we play is practice anyway, just not so much focused on actually winning. We're just having a laugh, enjoying it. And then for the next couple of days, I'm probably going to take it more seriously.
mm.
I'm going to be playing on a 1080p monitor because that's what we play on at the World Series. At home, I'm playing a 1440, so
Right.
I get this is the boot camp in it. So like we want to be playing on the stuff that like the closer like the equipment's that's close enough to the same as the one in the World Series. So I'm going to be playing on 1080p. So that's in the next couple of days anyway.
Tell us how it works as well, because you there's you and five others all competing against each other, right? They're leading each team, I guess. And so Len, who you have there, he's on your team in the World Series of
He's
Warzone,
yeah,
but he's not
yeah.
practicing with you at this boot camp, right? Is that correct?
No, he's it's just it's like an individual practice really. It's not really as a team.
Right.
Like we're all just putting in individual work, playing with each other. But like I said, like the more game time that you play, that's the practice. So we could be playing with anyone. So as long as we're putting in the game time,
I
it's
see.
still practice. Yeah.
So this the
So
tournament.
we're not really against each other at the moment, anyway. Like we've got something activities coming up where we are going to be against each other and stuff like that. But at the moment, we're just playing with each other and getting like game time in.
Got you, yeah. Because I was going to ask about there's this tournament on Friday. I'm guessing that's some kind of fun tournament that is the ending of the boot camp.
That's not the fun part. That's the serious part, actually. The tournament that's coming up on the 1st September, that's more of the serious part where we will be competing against each other.
Right.
Obviously, I'll be with Lennon. I'll be with Len because he's part of my team, but all the other guys we're going to be against.
Yeah.
So we're not friends. So we're not friends on that day.
Talking of Len, I saw your tweet the other day. He hasn't had a Nando's before. How has that happened? Were you surprised?
Nah, it was his second Nando's. It was his
Okay.
second one, but I was just trolling him because he's not really a restaurant eater. So it's like, when Soka went, that was his first time. And then I just like plot twist like it's Len's first time too, so it's just funny.
Was he a? Does he go for the hot Nando's sauces, or was he more of a mild guy?
Who Len or Soka? I think they both went. I think Soka went more hot, and then Len's like a lemon and herb guy.
What about you?
Lemon and herb. I'm hot, a medium to hot. Not extra hot though. I think that's pointless. What are you?
Yeah, same. I'll be honest. I'm usually like the mild to medium, depending on the mood I'm in. But yeah, I don't. I
Yeah.
have a few friends that go super hot, and that's not for me. Yeah.
I've done it before, but it's just like no point. It's danger.
Yeah, exactly. Um, you mentioned the tournament on Friday. Who should we watch out for? Is anyone really on form so far at the boot camp, or like you say, has it been a bit relaxed?
Obviously, I'm gonna say watch out for my team, of course. I think we're the obviously it's gonna be European host in it, so it's kind of like our playground, it's our playing field.
Mm,
But Hisoka as well. He's probably like the best at the moment. He's
nice.
really good. He's not the best at the boot camp. He's the best like globally, I'd say, at the moment. He's the guy that was on the Red Bull trip with me last year too. So like that's when he was first getting onto the scene.
Mm.
So from then onwards, he's like number one innocent. So it's good.
And
We helped him.
nice. And you're planning, let's say, the World Series of Warzone in London later in September with Lennon and iVision SR. I hope I've pronounced that right.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us what you think about your teammates and how you think you'll do at that event.
Well, it's gonna be my second LAN event. My first one wasn't really in front of a big crowd. There was a few hundred there, but this one coming up is gonna be like a big crowd. It's gonna be like thousands and thousands of people there. I don't know how that's gonna be. I hope to get there and just be able to lock in, to be honest, and focus and not worry about what's going on around me and just be able to just literally lock in. But I think the same with my teammates as well. They've never really been to LAN events. They went to the same one I went last year in Amsterdam. Me and Lam were on the same team. Vision was on another team. So we kind of have that tiny bit of LAN experience, but not
Mm.
as big as this crowd. So it could go two ways really. But I think like I've competed a lot with a lot of viewers. So I'm just gonna be treating it like I'm just got viewers. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to hear them, or like just the same as reading comments. I'm trying to look as that. Block out the noise, and I'm gonna try and get behind my team to like do the same as me. Like I think they kind of look to me as like a leader, so to keep them intact if we do start losing composure. So that's what I'm gonna do.
And I know you said block out the noise. The atmosphere we have, Call of Duty fans in the UK, it has to be. I mean, I'm a League of Legends guy at my core, but the atmosphere, the crowds of the Call of Duty lot is it's exceptional, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I remember watching a few events a few years ago, CDL ones, and like just or Pro League or whatever it was at the time, just seeing a crowd go crazy. So
Yeah, no,
it's
I
gonna be
loved
nuts.
it. I think the Ravens did an event just before COVID. I
Yeah,
didn't get to go to it, but a friend, I saw the videos and everything. I was like, wow, this is insane. It's like a football
yeah.
crowd.
I went to that event, and I remember just I had no money. My nan got me a ticket for my birthday, and my mum paid for my train. But I never had money for a hotel. And one of the guys let me sleep, so I slept on the floor for 2 days. I think it was. Wait, oh, my flight to be no, it was 2 days. I slept on the floor, yeah, in a hotel, just to go to the Ravens events. And obviously, at that time, like I was kind of this was this was a month before the Warzone came out, March 2020, and then the event was in February. So like no one really has an idea, and then or like who I was. Obviously, there's a few people like player wise, but like no like actual viewers, watchers, at the event. And then like 6 months later, or no, not 6 months, 5 months later, I think I signed to the Ravens. So that was quite a jump from going from sleeping on the floor, only having enough for a ticket to go, couldn't even really drink inside, like couldn't afford drinks. I just went for the experience to being like the main guy at Ravens for like, that year, on the year after, sort of. It's a shame we didn't host more events, to be honest, because I would have loved to be like there with the Ravens, meeting everyone that obviously that I'd brought to the. I don't know the exact number, but like I can imagine people supporting me who would have supported the Ravens at some point, and the people who would supported the Ravens before I came along would support me. So it would have been great to meet everyone. We never really done that with the Ravens. But yeah, I went to that event as well. So
That's crazy to think, because when I think of you, I think um, you've been around, and you've been successful for a long time. But really, it's been 3 and a bit years, hasn't it? Your rise happened, like you say, after event.
Yeah,
Warzone came out, and you jumped into it, and then you built up a following. So it's yeah,
that's exactly
it,
nuts.
what's that been like? I mean, it's a short space of time, isn't it? 2 3 years to get to the level where you are now.
My God, I don't know. It's just all happened, didn't it? It's just like I can only take it when as it comes. You know what I'm saying? So again, like everything kind of came to me instead of me like going for everything. I never like right now. I'm looking for an org. Just the first time I've ever looked for an org. Um, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, everything just came to me, so I could just take it as it came. So yeah, I just got coupled it pretty well. Obviously, I had help from guys at Red Bull to point me in the right direction. Um, Not just the guys that help with the gaming side of Red Bull things, like the other guys with the other professional athletes, like them guys, their managers, like all helping me. Um, the Ravens, OD, OD, he helped me out a lot, massively, put me in the right direction. So I had the right people around me to get me. I'm gonna say on the right direction, but also doing the right things. So like making sure I'm not signing any silly deals or like making sure that my deals are good. I've got what's comfortability? Is that the word? Comfortability around like the years
Hmm.
of just earning and having somewhere to play, going to America again into tournaments. So yeah, just having the right people around me to help me make the
It
right
just makes you
decisions.
put you at ease, doesn't it? Comfortable and yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to
that's what
ask
helped me out.
about. Sorry, go on.
No, I say that's what helped me. That's how I cope with it really.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a few months since you left the Ravens, and for me, it was sad to see everyone leave. I think it's a great brand, some really good people there. Seeing the likes of Odie leave as well,
Yeah,
Angelica, the other
crazy.
streamer there as well. And what were your thoughts on that? And I mentioned you mentioned you're looking for another org now.
Yeah, that was weird. That's so weird. 'Cause, like, I think they kind of kept everything to themselves instead of like letting us know in advance, which was quite it was quite a shock when it happened. It happened the day before World Series, so you think about it. So I'm thinking I'm locked in, ready to perform for myself, for Red Bull, like everyone that supports me. I'm ready to represent the Ravens at most. Like that's my team. I've been repping them for years. So I was like, I've got to build myself to like. I think about the people I have to like not impress, but like I have to the people that I'm representing. I have to think about this, so I'm more locked in. It's like a what's not ritual. What's like the thing that you do before the tournament? What's it called?
It's like
Not a
prepare. Yeah,
ritual.
it is. It's. I mean,
It's
it's
like
preparing,
preparation.
isn't it? Or like a routine or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So I like to like take the days before the tournament to think about everything that I've got to do, the people I've got to prove wrong, the people I've got to prove right, and do all that. So being the Ravens, I was ready to lock in. I was ready to perform for everyone. The Ravens being the most, and then yeah, a day before I got up to stream the night before. I was like, I'm gonna get up for a few hours, and I looked at my email, and it just happened. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go live. I'm just gonna get back into bed because obviously it hurt really, to be honest. 'Cause, like I was looking forward to representing them as always. At one point they were my dream. That was my dream org franchise to be a part of. I remember when Modern Warfare 2019 came out and telling my family about the London Royal Ravens because they were asking like, where's the peak of gaming? And I said, over here in the UK, being a part of that org, that franchise, is like the peak of you doing well in UK Call of Duty. This is this is before this is before the LAN event by the Ravens. So this is at the start of Modern Warfare 2019, and then just being part of them was a dream. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was definitely gutted. I was hurt, to be honest. I'd been with them for a while, but when I seen everyone else getting released as well, it was kind of like, okay, well, they must be going through something. So I've just got to just lift my head up and crack on, really, because it was out of my control. So hoped with the pretty well. Dropped 50 kills in the World Series the day after, but yeah, I was ready.
Yeah. Well, thanks for opening up about that. Yeah, it must have been difficult. I hope you find a new org, and you're with Red Bull and you're doing your own stuff. So you seem to be still doing well, which is great to see. Last couple of questions then. NA or EU? Obviously, you're going to say EU will do well at World Series of Warzone, but what's your views on the two regions going into that event?
Oh God. Well, there's more regions, and there's one team from Australia. I think there's a few teams from Mexico. So South America. Is that Mexico, South America? God, I don't know, because I kind of know the American players. Excuse me, but don't really know the Mexican side of things. And I'm positive. I'm kind of thinking like, okay, well, I'm looking forward to just loading into this game and fighting against people I've never heard of. If I see people, it's like a mental game. Like, how good people are, but if I've never heard of someone and I kill them, I'm killing the whole team. So I don't know. I think I'm not even answering your question. Yeah, I'm just kind of going off topic. But like,
do you think it's pretty evenly matched then? When you get to that top level, region doesn't matter, maybe.
Nah, no. So I mean, there'll be a few teams from each region that aren't as good as the top teams, of course. Yeah, but I think like the top 3, 4, 5 teams from each region are going to be like close to like they're going to be competing against each other. That's going to be the real battle. So. I'm looking forward to it, though, to be honest.
I'm looking forward to it as well. And just lastly, you mentioned it a bit earlier. You've been a Red Bull athlete for a few years now. What's it been like, being one of those few handful of gamers or esports athletes sponsored by them? And what do you think of the gaming sphere as well?
Oh, the gaming sphere is like my second home. It's amazing. This room that we've been in, this room that we're in right now. This is where I played the World Series last year. I'd probably say this is my favorite room in the house, to be honest. Like, this is where, like, if I have to big tournaments, this is where I come in and lock in this room. This is the door there, it's closed off. No one can come in and, no one's like disturb me because I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind people coming in and give them a little wave and stuff. But like, this is where I come to lock in this room, even to do the interviews. This is where I do the interviews. So I do love the Red Bull gaming sphere. I think it's amazing. The floor outside, the original floor where like everyone can come into game. That's like the whole setup is sick out there. The PCs are amazing. Yeah, no, it's great. I love the Red Bull gaming sphere. It's like my second home, basically.
Nice.
What was it? Oh, I didn't answer your question about what's it like being a Red Bull gamer, though.
Yes.
So good. How do I begin to start with this? I think that's the most. What's the word where like you don't actually believe it's happening? What's the word?
Like, yeah, sort of disbelief,
Surreal. It's like surreal, isn't it? Surreal. So like, yeah. Not only just being a Red Bull gamer, just being part of Red Bull in general. Because like I've done a couple of things with Red Bull over the years where we've met up with like other athletes. We've been to like Red Bull summits, Red Bull athlete summits, and just being like around them people is so inspiring. And it makes me want to do well as like not just as a competitor, but as like a person as well. Because these are such great people. Everything about them is great, and yeah, so it's really inspiring and surreal to be such a part of such a. I don't even know what to say. Like I say like a sick team. I don't look at it as like a brand, to be honest, or like a sponsor. I think of it as like a team. And then obviously with the guys to help me as well, I look at them as like a family. The guys who help me with like the gaming side of things, and obviously the other higher ups who help me with other things in the past. It's like a big family, but and a team. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
That's great. Jukeyz, you've been really good to talk to, as always. I know I've gone over time a little bit, so I'm conscious of that.
Don't worry.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? There may be anything I've missed.
Oh, no. No, just keep an eye out for us in the World Series, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you as well.
You too. Jukeyz, thanks so much. Thanks everyone for watching this. I'll see you all soon.